streaming. And we're back with another episode of Icewind Dale, Rime of Frostmaiden. Everybody, do we remember where we left off last time?
We were leaving the pirate ship.
No.
Exploring it.
You just got onto the pirate ship.
My bad.
You killed this big old troll here. With a little bit of help of a rock bleeding out of his eyes and melting it. Almost quite literally. So, all you guys have done so far, you guys have gotten on. Two of you guys are still on the top deck.
Yep.
Let me actually put you where you would be now that you guys aren't in combat.
Range is best teammates.
And two of you guys are down below decks. To refresh those who are down below decks, I will describe the room you guys are in. And you two above decks can see most of this. The ship's hold contains heaps of snow and 4 tied down jolly boats covered in rime. In the forward starboard corner rests a large pile of treasure covered in ice. Standing next to the hoard, frozen with its maw open in a roar, is a white feline creature sheathed in ice, which you guys would recognize as a crag cat.
Sweet.
You guys have just got done with the combat with this ice troll down below. There's a dented door over here that he was trying to beat down. The treasure there. And plus above deck there's the quarters at the rear of the ship that is iced over.
Oh, I don't necessarily think we should split the party.
Oh, I assumed you would head down there. I just wanted to put you where you would be so you could plan.
But I'm asking a rock if he wants to go for the door or go downstairs and join back up with them.
Yeah, I think we should stay together too.
Okay.
Okay, so let me...
Party together.
Okay, so that's 10 foot. So no, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
40 damage. He dies instantly.
Well, I cast Featherfall for the 10 feet.
Wayfang, dash, grab them both. Catch him.
Oh jeez.
You're like a baseball slide.
I forgot to mention also that White Fang was direwolf for a while. Helped tank damage and demolish the ice troll.
Oh yeah. Pull aggro, man.
Yeah, no, exactly. A big wolf does that. You guys are now in the room. You see the treasure there. You see another door back here, and you see a door over here.
I think it'd be more pressing to check the doors instead of the treasure's gonna be there when we get done, I believe. I think it'd be better to make sure there's nothing else in here and figure out why he was beating on the door.
Yeah, why don't we see what he was trying so desperately to get into?
I would like to go towards that door and see if I can. You said he's just beating on it?
Yes. The door looks weak and it's loosely sitting on a frame.
Gotcha. Does it look like it'll open in the condition it's in, or?
It looks like it should, but something's keeping the door shut. Like, it looks like it should almost be falling over, but something's holding it in place.
I'll say in common, is there anyone there?
You hear nothing.
Okay. Does anyone else want? Should we just pry the door instead of something stopping it from going in? But if we can pry it towards us, I think we'd have a good chance.
Right.
Because we got the pick, we can put the pick in the door and use that as leverage.
Would I have any knowledge of any secrets to open the door or no?
No, it's a normal door. You turn the doorknob and it opens.
Alright. Can we try turning the door and see if it'll open?
Which door is the one that we're trying to get in right now? This
The
one
bottom.
Down
Down
here?
here.
Okay, I just wanted to move my token down here.
Yeah, no, I got you.
But if he's gonna do it, I'm gonna step back.
If who's gonna do it?
You.
If you said you're gonna go try the door, so I'm gonna step back.
I try it. What's the worst? I get hurt. Oh shit! I threw myself through the door.
Don't worry.
That's
There
one
was
way
not.
to the
There
door.
was nothing like showing, anyways.
I
If
know.
there is anything in there. So how do you try to open the door, Nick?
I'd like to. I'd take one of my 2 hand axes and like smack around the door latch.
Okay,
then-
roll me an attack with the hand
attack.
axe. Yeah, you're attacking the door around the door hinge.
Hand axe. I never used that attack.
You have it.
I know. I just never used it.
So the range doesn't count, but you actually had the perfect amount of damage otherwise. Anyways, so what you do is you hit the door and you axe right at the joints, and what little integrity the door had crumbles as the door breaks like down and it's finished splintering like the troll was trying to. Now, a couple of things are noticed immediately. One, that there's a big wooden bar across the center that was probably holding the door shut. And two, there is 4 javelins flying at you right now. So I'm going to roll the...
Is there any chance of me dodging it?
Well, there's a chance of them missing you. So let me move you back for a second so I can mess with the door here. As, like I said, 4 javelins are coming at you.
And would I have time to react with a bonus action and cast Shield of Faith on him?
No, this would be like a reactionary thing.
Okay.
So what check would I need to do?
Okay, so your AC is 15. 2 of these hit you.
There's no chance of me trying to dodge them.
You take 1 piercing.
Back down to 50.
And
Got some minus strength going on here. Huh?
Oh, it's you.
what was that, Joseph? Yeah, oh, woe is me indeed. As what you see, Nick, what your javelin sticking in your shoulder. The other one hit you, but it really didn't pierce like your body.
It like bruised it.
Yeah, exactly. Like it didn't really hurt, but it's more like a pinch almost. It was annoying. You see huddling over in the corners, little kobolds.
Oh.
And I can't even speak. Am I able to see them by any chance?
You could probably see 1 or 2. Like, what's your vision? Let me
There's
see.
one directly in front of the door.
You can kind of see one right here.
Can I try to say something in Draconic to see if that would make them react?
You can. Like, it's not combat. What you see, Neo, is that they don't have any weapons anymore. They threw them at you.
So I'd like to say in Draconic as best I can. We mean you no harm.
I think back in Draconic they say, what happened to the big nasty thing?
We killed it.
Sidestep and let it see its dead corpse.
Well,
This thing is no longer a concern of yours.
well, we were gonna hide out until the Great One returns.
The Great One.
Do you speak Draconic, Arak?
I do.
Okay. Hearing you pipe up, they kind of hide a little bit, but they duck up to see you're small, like you're just like nearly their size. The Great White One. She appears from time to time, leaves treasure, and then leaves. They speak with almost a reverence when speaking of the Great White One.
Is the Great White One a dragon?
Ask
Do
him.
you?
I'm asking that in
Okay.
Draconic. I'm
Uh,
straightforward asking
in
it.
that
in
Roll,
tone.
roll,
Straight in
roll,
that
roll, roll persuasion.
Persuasion. 8.
Fall on your face.
They look at you. Let me I want that persuasion is gonna try to talk out their memories, because what I'm gonna do is, okay, they have a good enough I think they call them those in your tongue.
Oh god. Where
Pack your
did Dragon
shit. We're leaving.
Oh, let's go, guys.
Neo, you don't know anything, and not to mention you guys have a job.
I'm looking at his body language, and it's not very good.
I'm going to say in common, guys, this is Dragon's Lair. We need to go. We shouldn't be here.
We should grab Honey's inbound.
I don't know if we'd have time to grab monies and bounce. I think we should just bounce.
Now, at least what you guys would have seen up top, and I think this more Bright Fang with his familiar. There was grooves carved into the top and whatnot, but they do have like a layer of ice over the grooves, or maybe like fresh snow, like signs that they might not be the freshest.
These things were waiting it out for the Great One to come back. Because they had the idea the Great One was going to come back. They're not
Oh,
dead,
no.
they're alive, so they're waiting it out. I don't feel comfortable being
The-
here. This is not good. I don't want to fight a dragon.
Now, meta-wise,
Start collecting shit.
meta-wise, would you trust me to not kill you, Corey?
Meta-wise, no.
Well, you're an asshole, because I have nothing but your best interest at heart. I have.
Yeah.
As you
I
bring
did
up
the same-
dragons.
I say the same thing as a DM, but I'd love to TPK.
No, there's multiple ways I could TPK. You guys could go down a river through this little hole and all fall to your death. I was talking to Kelly about it. But that's not right now.
If you're talking to him about it, when's that happening?
Oh, it might even be completely optional. I was just talking about another group playing this game.
I am just expressing my concern that this
but-
is what seems to be a white dragon lair to the group, and
I'm
we
so
should
cold.
do either.
This treasure here, Kelly, you have an issue. It's covered in ice.
We should either see what's in the other rooms and quickly get out of here, or just get out of here, because also our animal companions are not too far from here. So if
Right.
that dragon comes by and takes them out, we're screwed.
Yeah.
Specifically, you see in this room, by the way, now that it's open, let me read what you see in this room. The floor of this cabin is icy. Laying on the sides are 2 empty open barrels. Hides and furs have been pushed into these barrels to create makeshift sleeping quarters. 2 similar but upright barrels appear untouched. That's what you see in there.
Wait, hold on. Wait. I say something in common to the, like, hello in common. Kobolds don't respond. Right?
No more than you were talking to your allies as is.
Okay, just want to make sure. I am going to look at White Fang. They said the Great White One. You're a white dragonborn. Shall we play this that you're the Great White One?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
They dumb, but I don't know if they that dumb.
I mean, I could help, but it's still only gonna work until she comes back.
Right. But if we can convince them, maybe they can help us do what we need to do in here. Save us time, then we leave.
I'm gonna turn and say Draconic. So I
Alright,
have some good
alright.
news to you, or for you.
They
Your
tend to.
Great White One has taken a new form to help blend in with our society, so that she can move and do what is
Why
needed.
did you say
Because they reference.
She.
Yeah, they reference. They referenced it as a she.
Yeah. I want to turn and like gesture to Whitefang. Do they look in awe?
Roll me persuasion on that.
I flex.
Terrible.
Dang it.
So they look at you and in common say, "We understood your plan."
That's it. Killing you both.
I was just about to say, killing them all.
There's-
I'm just
there's-
gonna
No,
fight
and then
them
as soon as you say killing, they just hide down like, "No, please don't."
all. Oh no, I didn't say kill it.
Oh,
I'm shooting a
I-
fireball at them.
Firebolt.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, and then I guess I'm not gonna make you roll for initiative because okay.
In these games.
So, which one did you hit? The one you
Water
can see.
children. Whatever one said that to me.
The center one here then.
I tried to be polite and common, and he just completely ignored me. That's just rude.
That's why I said.
They were hiding.
I tried common twice.
Okay, so just tell me how you're butchering these unarmed people, because I'm not gonna make you roll for initiative just to butcher somebody who can physically not attack you.
Brutally and unconventionally.
Like
you're
you're
I don't attack. I just tried to scare them, but
I'm mowing them down mercilessly with firebolts.
okay. So boom, boom,
Like,
boom.
I will even walk closer.
So just eventually you kill all of them with fire bolts because once again, it's they were just hiding.
I think the tactic of fear worked, but then the fear kept going.
Yeah, no, they.
Kept going.
I was expecting that for you, Corey. I'm like, you were gonna make him be afraid. They'll probably help you dig, and then all of a sudden, Kelly killed him.
Yeah, I don't. My character doesn't. Theo doesn't know how to react. He's like, I was going to trick them or try my best, and by the time he just reacted, they're already dead.
Yeah.
It's just like dumbfounded.
I just start mowing down children.
Hey, what's fun is on average it takes about 12 seconds to kill one. So you just spent about 48 seconds there killing them.
Yep, less than a minute.
Alright, let's start looting the place.
We have that door up here, so we check this door up here.
Yeah. I got it.
Alright, Rock, you go ahead and go up there then.
I will check this
The
bottom
last one's
room.
fantastic.
Yeah, I'll go in here too.
Right there, Kelly. Let me open the door for you. As soon as you say are you opening the door?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, there's four.
So, what this is, Kelly? The cabin has been thoroughly ransacked. Dishes are strewn on the floor, and the gallery table is in the middle of the room. Has pots and ladles hanging above it. Tied to a low cupboard on the starboard wall is a thin goat. It lifts its head and bleats at you, shuffling towards you until its rope grows taut, stopping its advance.
I would cut its rope free.
It bars at it, like not bars but bleats at you and like kind of nestles you.
Is there anything else in here?
No, just the goat.
Okay. Well, then me and the goat are gonna come back out here.
I'm going to check the caskets down here with.
The two upstanding one are frozen solid water. The other two are filled with like hides and stuff.
And there's nothing else in this room, you said?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Corey, but I want to turn to the goat and do this.
Yeah, no, you're fine, man.
Are you actually casting it, or are you okay?
Nope.
I was just making sure spell slot wise. So for the next 10 minutes, you'll be able to detect magic. You see no magic on the goat. There's slight magic emanating from the pile of treasure.
Okay. That's the main thing I wanted to. I just wanted to make sure the goat was.
Or it wasn't a
actually the goat.
shapeshifted dragon.
Right.
Good idea.
I mean that is a thing I could have done, but
As soon as you said I'm gonna interrupt you with detect magic, like, yeah, no, that's a good idea.
I was like, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
So
right
just-
now, but my brain is telling me that I
for the
need to do
next
this.
10 minutes, Kelly, just remember you have that active.
Yeah. I'm gonna go over here, and me and the goat are gonna go plant the treasure then.
Okay, so the treasure's completely iced over.
We might be able just to break open the wall of the ship and let it fall out, and let maybe the ice would take apart. Unless you guys really want to try to melt the ice.
I mean, what would look like it would be faster?
So,
This is also Neo's decision to make. This is.
That's right. You're very.
It's all about him.
I am sorry for the insensitive comment, Neo. I apologize.
Picks up
for correcting
frozen,
me.
picks up solid frozen barrel and throws it against the wall behind the treasure. Does it break?
make me an athletics check. By the way, what was I was just about to say one thing. You guys remember chipping the ice at the pond at the last place? No, you drop it on your foot, Nick. You go to toss it, and it's heavier than you expected, and it falls straight down and hits your foot. You're hopping up and down like, son of a motherfucker. You guys hear weird curses that you guys might not understand because they are in giant.
I understand every single curse.
But you even learned something.
Yeah.
So
He's
you guys
expanding
remember?
my
Yeah, you guys remember breaking ice and chipping ice at the last place to get to the Savannah statue. So you don't have to melt, and in some cases, melting might take longer. Is what you remember.
I am going. If we want to do the treasure, I think that one of us should scout upstairs to be safe. If you guys would like me to, I can go keep an eye upstairs to maybe not be surprised if it just swoops in here.
I'm gonna send Duke out to do that.
Okay. We also have the room upstairs we can look at too.
I mean, if you and I want to go up there and look, well, I can help with the ice. So, I mean, if you and Neil want to go up
I
and
can
look.
too. Yeah, I'm gonna help with acid on the ice. Great.
Alright, me and
Theo can go upstairs and check out that room.
Okay. Just trying to get out of here as quick as possible.
Right.
Okay, so Neo and so you two are going up there. So just move right here, and I'll grab you guys. Boom.
Leo, would you like to be the first one in?
This door's iced over, closed. This one is not.
Why is it always that we have no means to melt ice, but we're always together?
What? There's other methods to get through ice.
He also has a pick. So
Yeah.
True.
I have a pick.
Didn't we?
Or, yeah.
I have hand axes.
One of you two, I thought, has the pick.
I think Theo has the ice pick.
I did take the pick. Yeah, I have the pick
okay.
on me.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's check out the one that's not frozen first, just in case we need to get out of here quick. We've at least done half of it. So,
Alrighty.
Neil, would you like to take point?
I can, but I don't know what the door is at a game.
Up here.
Alright.
So you go up here, and the door just opens up fine. So let me make sure.
Am I in the hallway or?
Yeah, you guys are in the hallway.
Alright.
Which door would you like to try first, Nick?
Is one on one?
Yep. So
I
there's
get
four.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, I guess the first one on my right.
Okay.
Boop.
So in this room, you actually would remember this because this was your room aboard the ship. Frost covers the bed, which is shoved in the corner here. The rest of the cabin is empty, almost ransacked, but you do have that familiar feeling of this room.
Would there be anything special that I would be looking for?
That's something I'll leave to you. Would you have had anything special left in your room?
I wouldn't imagine maybe a poorly drawn painting or something.
Probably sitting right here on the wall above your bed then. because they probably wouldn't have wanted it. Maybe it's fallen onto the bed.
I walk over here and I pick it up. Then I walk up to here looking at it. Back up to the door where Theo would be able to see me.
You're holding the painting in your hand?
And I kind of like show you a little bit.
Well, what is the painting of?
Like my old crew. Like me as a a younger giant, and all the people that I grew up around.
Would I be able to recognize any of them in their specter forms by looking at that image? Or from their specter forms, I mean?
You asking me, Mikey?
Probably you, Nick, because you're Spectres. Would these be some of the same pirates that are still with you in your spirits? Like, would you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody should. Most of the people you see in the spirit. When I go in rage, you see a lot of those people.
They probably look older to you, Theo, when he rages, but they all like resemblance of, poorly drawn or not, you do recognize at least the garb and some of the looks of some of the pirates.
At least they are still with you in one form or another. Your family can still be with you.
And I look at him and go, "Thank you," as I fold it up and put it in a pouch or something.
Yeah, you have backpacks and whatnot. So which room do you go to next?
Is there one across the hall? Or...
Yes.
I asked Theo if he wants to go into that one first.
Sure, if you want me to. I'll go in.
Okay, so when you open this up, in this narrow cabin, shelves and containers are scattered on the floor amid piles of dirty bandages. Small clusters of dry leaves have frozen to the floor in places. The shriveled, frost-covered bed is tucked into a cove under a wooden staircase. So this appears to, and again, Neo can attest to this. This seems to be a surgeon's room or a medic's room.
Okay. I'd like to look through the supplies to see if there was anything that would be
So,
worthy.
upon looking around the room, you find maybe a little bit like sticking out from the bed, and when you look down there, you find some items under the bed. You find 3 vials of an item that you'll probably figure out, that you would have to figure out during a short rest. You find
Mysterious liquid.
you find a healer's kit, and you find what appears to be a vial of holy water. Actually, it's not a magical item, so I think you would understand this being in a general store. Especially since you're a hunter, the 3 vials are antitoxin.
Well, you can taste it too. I can
Yeah.
open it up and take a taste from it.
Or smell, ref.
Yeah.
Like, because you probably had to ingest antitoxin in your life.
Theo was a dumb kid.
Also, hunting, you don't always heal those venomous animals.
Right. I will ask Neo if it's okay that we take these items, as they might help our group.
There's no one making use of them now. I guess it'd be better if we had them than anybody else.
I wasn't sure because sometimes the buried items of ships like these become the tombs of the people that are buried in them.
We left kind of in a hurry, so we left a lot of stuff behind.
Okay.
Let's keep moving and try to get back to the group and see how things are going down there.
As you guys are moving, I'm gonna fade over to Arak and White Fang. Arak, White Fang, how are you progressing with this treasure?
No, the same way that I was before. My eyes started glowing up yellow, and I just spit like a continuous.
Is this firebolting it to melt?
Yeah.
Okay, and White Fang?
I'm using primal savagery with my claws.
And trying to like cut maybe chunks of the ice.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm also having Duke fly around the top
Yeah, as a like heads up warning. I got you. Because Duke has good eyesight even in the like daytime like this. I just wanted to make sure like what you guys were doing and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So back to you two. You guys are back in this hall again. I'm just gonna remove the doors here, and then I'll move that door, and then that way, when you go to walk in, I can tell you what you see. Okay, Nick. As the door comes open, a light breeze emerges from the room. Pieces of parchment and paper flutter on the floor. A large, detailed map of the third coast takes up most of one wall. Theo, what you notice, and what Theo and Neo would probably know too, is you see two maps in this room that are still in a solid piece. There's a 6x6 map of the third coast hanging on one wall, and a map of Icewind Dale stored in a case. And Neo would know this map was Zale, but there's a map case that is lying on the floor.
Would we be able to, with the map case, we're able to roll the maps up and take them with us?
The map case has the Icewind Dale one in it. The 6x6 might be a little bit difficult to bring with you, but you could definitely do it and put it in a backpack, like if you wanted.
Let's not bog ourselves. We can take it out of here. I'm sorry, I'm speaking in here. We can take it out of here if you think it would be a good idea. But let's not carry it around with us, and this should be something that if we have time, we can throw onto the cart with us to leave. But I don't think it's pressing to get that map. But the Icewind Dale one would be good to have.
Yeah, I walked up and picked it up and handed it to you.
I'll sling it over my if it's got a rope to it or something.
Yeah, it's a standard like map case that probably has a little like shoulder holder.
Okay.
And then we proceed to the last room.
Okay. In this last room, Nick, the foremost cabin holds two wine-covered barrels, lying next to which is a rat that obviously perished from cold. Mooring ropes and fishing nets hang on hooks along the back wall.
So these ones are filled with alcohol.
They are stuck shut. You would have to pry them open to see.
I would call Theo up here with me too.
But they're being sealed shut like that. We know the water one was open, so this would probably be a good chance that this is what we're looking for.
So should we take them with us, or?
Yeah, we can take them out with us, and then if we find if we don't find other caskets, then we know this is what we're looking for. If we find other caskets, then then we delve deeper into it.
Neo, as you go to lift one of the barrels, it doesn't feel like it's full of a liquid, and you hear some sounds from it in, like some rattling sounds.
Oh, okay. I'm out.
Break out the hand axes.
Are you prying it open or attacking it, or?
I have an idea. Neo, if you throw the casket against the wall, I'll put caltrops down in front of us. So if it's a whole bunch of rats, they'll have to run over caltrops and get hurt.
Sounds like a good enough plan.
Or we just leave it be and not worry about it. I think we should
When you put it back down, there was no sounds from it. The sounds coincided with you moving the barrel.
Oh, so it's like inanimate objects in it.
That seems a big word for Neo.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I know.
Alright, well then I guess we could take a crack at opening it. Go for it.
I would say break a board or two and look inside and see what we can see.
Is that what you plan on doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you using your hand axe?
Yeah.
Just
So,
in case it is a whole bunch of rats or something, I would like to have an attack ready just in case something springs out to attack us.
understandable. When you bust open the top of one, Nick, you look down and you see a hooded lantern some flasks of what you assume is oil, and some like 5 bars of soap, and 3 sets of manacles.
So I'd like to break the rest of the boards and start reaching in.
And that's when the giant rat attack. No, there's nothing. Like you can grab it all you want.
Use your arm off. We now nickname you Stumpy.
Yeah, exactly.
And I have a permanent hand axe duct taped to.
So from the first one, mostly for Corey, since he's writing everything down, I'm sure.
Okay, so what we got from there, we got.
I just figured I'd make it easy for you, Corey.
Okay. Is there anything in the other one? I'm assuming that Neo's gonna break the other one as well.
I'm gonna shake the other one and see. If
It almost is like you know the sound you like when you have like a barrel or something and there's like shovels or something like of that handle shape. It sounds like several of those rattling around.
You have to open it if you want to check it.
So I start going to town unlit on that one.
When you bust the top open, there is 10 torches inside.
And then I asked Theo if we should put them in our packs or split them up through the
Well,
group.
we could put these wooded lanterns, the flask, the 5 bars of lime soap, and the manacles all in one box, and I can mend the lid back up so it's sealed, and then we can just toss it over the edge.
Sounds like a good plan.
Or lower it over the edge, and then hopefully, you know, it'd be a nice, easy way to carry instead of loading ourselves down. So I would like to put all that stuff into that one casket and cast mending on it, the lid to put it back up.
Okay.
Where it was.
It's all mended together.
Then while he's grabbing the casket to bring it out, I'm gonna come over to the edge and peek down and see how a rock and Whitefinger are doing.
So, let's see how they are doing. So, how long would it have taken for you guys to search up here?
Well, I'd say it'd be at least a couple minutes or so because we had to investigate the one room and then
Yeah.
take the time to find the
So,
mend.
would you say 15 minutes?
Sure.
So, for you two down here, Rock and Whitefang, you guys are about halfway to getting, at 15 minutes, you guys would be about halfway to getting to the first layer of treasure.
This is taking some time.
The acid is actually, you've noticed, doing a lot.
Started at one end and moved to the other.
What, Rock?
I said I imagine we would have started at one end and sort of moved to the other.
Well, no, yeah, no, what it is almost like a lasagna of treasure and ice.
Ah.
So when I say first layer, it's the top layer, yeah. And it seems to be, you notice a rock that your fire is helping melt the chunks once he cuts them out. But you feel like without the acid, your fire wouldn't have been doing as much. Together, the acid and fire are doing a lot together. And that's what you see, Theo, is them just continuously making progress with that.
All right. Before I move on, I'll holler down there and make sure they're doing okay. If they need a hand or anything like that, or if we should keep checking the upstairs.
Everything is fine.
Right.
Oh,
okay. Finish up
Something
with
that the conversations were going, but I collected my javelin I shot at the javelins.
Yeah, I
And
assume.
I collected the ones that they shot at me.
Oh, so you have 4 extras. The 4 extra are kind of. They look shoddy. They're just as good, but they don't look as good.
Yeah, I don't know how to edit that page to put them in there.
I can do that. Javelins. Okay. Now you have 8 javelins. It's down below, Nick, in your inventory under your gold.
Is it like the?
It's called it's javelin down there. It's just down
Well,
there.
I knew what the javelins were. I know how to change them.
The letter next to it on the left. You'll see the 8 now.
Alright.
Okay. So, what would you like to do then, Theo?
When Neo brings out the casket, or the cask, sorry, not casket, cask. I'm gonna have him stop right before the door and leave it there, and we're gonna shut the door. Just if we need to bail, it doesn't look like anything has been up here.
Okay.
Kind of like covering our tracks. Um, and then move down to this door down here, and I'm gonna give the pickaxe to Neo, just because he's gonna be able to swing it a lot harder and probably more effectively than his hand axes on that thing. So I'm gonna give him the pickaxe to see if it does anything. Because we both can't really swing at it with how big he is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So,
weigh it myself.
so after several hits with it, you realize that the progress you would make wouldn't be bad. Like you could, in fact, roll me in athletics, Nick.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, the thing you're great at. Yeah.
There we
You make decent progress, Nick. You guys figure like you don't have the fire and acid combo going downstairs. It'd probably take you about and you do it for about another 15 minutes, and you figure it would take you probably the rest of an hour to get through this.
So after that 15 minutes, I think I will, while he's chipping away at the door, I'll go downstairs and see how things are going with.
So after that second 15 minutes, we come back to the others who have just gotten through the first layer. This layer of rock it has gold, silver, copper, and 2 pearls. While he's cutting at the next layer, are you going to count this rock, or are you just grabbing it into a bag and moving on?
Oh, I'm just compiling and continuing moving.
Okay.
We can count later.
Okay. So just put in like your inventory or something, Kelly. First layer treasure. Theo, you said you were going downstairs to check on him?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
15 minutes.
Yeah, so
in order for us to get through the door upstairs, guys, I think it's going to take us about another 45 minutes. Just using the pickaxe alone to get through, so
what
path it along and see what you guys wanted to keep doing.
I mean, it's time frame. If people feel comfortable being here, if we want to go, we can go. Did we accomplish what we needed to?
We have not found the cask
So-
yet.
So, I guess get through that door.
Turn around.
before you leave, Theo, you notice in the pile of treasure, not in the second layer, but the third layer, there was a quiver of some sort. Whether you say anything or not, that's up to you. But I just wanted, with your passive, you would notice, like, deep in the pile, there's some kind of quiver.
Okay. I'm not going to point out the quiver. I mean, if they find the quiver, that doesn't bother me, but I'm just going to say it looks like there might be more than just coins as you guys go on. I can see it looks like there's a quiver down there, so there might be more than just these coins. I don't know if you guys noticed that yet or not. Just passing it along as I go upstairs to help Neo.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess I would pass it along. It looks like there's more than just the gold coins. It looks like there's a quiver. Maybe there's other magical items underneath there as well.
Hopefully we can at least get to another layer in the next 30 minutes.
The progress you guys make, it looks to be about even. So next 30 minutes, you guys could get through another one. Do you think? Up here, Neo's just chugging along, just almost untiring, just slamming into that door with that pickaxe.
I keep giving them guidance when needed. Just constantly casting guidance on him to make his hits ring more true.
For the second 15 minutes, every 15 minutes, Nick, go ahead and give me athletics. So go ahead and give me one for the next 15. Okay.
For guidance if he needs it.
Yeah, I'm looking for a crit.
Oh, okay.
So that's 15 minutes in the second layer. Nick, go ahead and give me another one. Okay. So this is when you guys get through the second layer of treasure.
I'm literally doing the same collection, and we're just
Okay. Right. Second level, like second layer of treasure.
If I use my boiling, like, 'cause I have one
Oh.
more option of that. If I use that, would that speed us up 15 minutes? So that in
They'll-
15 minutes we could get into it by the time they're in upstairs.
One, there seems to be about 2 more layers of treasure.
I know. I'm just trying.
And 2, you probably could. If you're willing to take the damage, then yeah, I would say the higher intensity fire, the probably quicker you can help, kind of thing.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do that in the process of the next 15 minutes.
Oh.
As a heads up.
Okay, so just go ahead and mark off the spell slot and take the damage.
Alright.
So that was a half hour. Okay, the last 15 minutes, Nick, you get enough of the ice like chipped away so you guys can open the door.
Do I need to do another athletics? Or
No, it's a little stiff, but you can push open the door.
I want to
So-
Spartan kick it.
Okay, you Spartan kick the door, and it slightly, the hinge that was holding it slightly breaks, leaving it slightly slanted inwards. What do you do?
Walk in very slowly.
So the aft castle is taken up by one spacious cabin. Frost covers every surface and furnishing. A human corpse is slumped over the port side wall. Its left arm draped across part of a heavy chest that is tucked in a cove under the staircase. That's over here, by the way. The skeleton wears a jacket and a wide brim hat that hides most of the skull. Under its right arm is a captain's journal. The floor is strewn with empty wine bottles, and on his back is a large sword. Nick, you recognize the clothes of this poor deceased gentleman. This was your captain. He's the one that stayed behind on the ship after you and all of its crew left.
I walk up and I take the sword off his back and set it on this what looks like table,
Yeah.
and then I pick up the skeleton and lay it down in the bed.
You very gently picked up the skeleton, as being too rough would probably yank all of the bones apart, and you very gently set it on the bed. Probably put its wide brim hat on its head, like as a final rest in peace gesture.
And then I speak some words of peace and stuff in my native tongue. In Giants language.
Yeah.
As Theo can slightly see Neo tear up a little bit.
You would remember, Nick, that his name is Captain Blue Moon.
And then I slightly walk up. Is it a greatsword?
Yes.
And then I walk over and pick his journal up and put it in my bag and like examining the sword.
You've seen this sword many a times. He's probably not the one who taught you how to fight, because you said your master was somebody else, but he's probably the reason you picked up the greatsword. You probably wanted to be like Captain Blue Moon. And this was the greatsword that you always envisioned yourself with in the past.
And then I put it on my back next to mine.
It's this. You tied there's on the wall. There's another baldric, the back sheath and you tie it along with yours and slide it right there on the back, just next to yours.
And then I signal Theo to come in the cabin with me.
Theo, when you...
Why?
What was that?
Oh, go ahead.
When you walk into the cabin after he signals you, you see the scene laid out before you, exactly as I read, the skeleton now on the bed. You see in the like the coat pocket on the chest, what looks to be a key sticking out.
Okay. I want to tell Neo that I wanted to give him his time to be able to say his needed piece, and I did not want to interrupt him. I will pass it along that I do notice that there is a key in his pocket, but it is not my place to steal or take from the dead. If you would like to take it, then that is his decision.
Steal, I mean take.
I walk up and go, is there a pirate's code in this land?
There's always a pirate's code, Nick.
And the
Pirate
pirate
suggestion.
code says that if he's dead, he's not using it.
I mean, that's generally one of the pirate codes, yeah.
I walk up and grab him by the shoulder and state the pirate's code in my native language as I walk over and gently pull the key out.
It looks to be a key with its head fashioned in the form of a rat's skull.
So, I'm gonna try it in the chest.
Before you can do that, you notice the lock of it is covered with ice and frost. It's not nearly as thick as the door, but you're gonna have to spend a little bit of time scraping and whatnot to get it.
Would it be easier just to chop it off?
I mean, if you roll me a good enough athletics, yes.
I won't try the scraping.
Try, I'll give you some guidance. I'll point out rust on it or whatever.
Okay, so let me.
I've been slowly getting worse rolls. It's gonna turn out me chopping a big toe off.
So
Just do it.
we fade back over to the other two, because with your speed up and whatnot, it took 15 minutes, which should have coincided, Kelly, if I did my math right.
Yeah. And
So
once we get this third level, we get the fuck out of here.
As you hear the door get kicked open up top, you guys get to the third level. Let me see what that level is. So obviously you're just grabbing it. You see underneath though, Kelly, in the last one, the biggest and what looks to be heaviest through the ice. There's a big bronze bowl, several gemstones, and there looks to be a chainmail suit of armor. And roll me intelligence, Kelly, because I don't know what it would be to judge what something is. That is perfectly fine. It's a metal that isn't steel. You're not sure, and there seems to be a wand of some kind. And that's what you see through the ice. You're packing up the treasure from the third layer.
Yeah, so White Fang, how do you feel about it?
I feel. Yeah, we should probably we'll pack it up and deal with it later.
But I meant, should we try to get after that last one, or should we just try to get on?
All right,
I'll give you this, Kelly. Between you and White Fang, it would only take you 15 minutes to unbury one thing. If you targeted only one thing.
What would you be after?
What was there again?
I was just about to say, before we I'm gonna go ahead and use this again.
Detect magic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna look into the pile to see if there's something that stands out more than something else.
So the armor does slightly glow. The same level of glow is on the wand, but nothing else glows down there.
I'd say the wand or the armor. They have magic.
Okay. We'll get the armor.
Alright, we're gonna go after the armor. And
Okay.
should time up to get the fuck out of here.
Okay. So I'm gonna leave that to 15, and we're back up here to you two. So with you two, you guys spend the 10 minutes just scraping away and whatnot, enough that you can get the key in. When you turn the key and open the chest, it stiffly opens. You see the chest has wooden partitions that divide up the interior in two halves. On one side, it's empty, except for a dozen wine-stained corks. You assume this is where he kept his wine before he drank it all. The other has some gold and silver and a small bracelet and a large bracelet and a gray bag.
So I would start picking up the gold and silver and bracelets and stuff, and I'd be handing stuff to Theo so he can put stuff in his pack too.
Am I close enough to be looking into the things as well?
Yeah, you can be.
Okay. Looking at that bag, I would like to open it and see what's in that bag.
So, this ordinary bag made of gray cloth appears empty.
Here's empty.
I'm gonna take a.
There's so many things a bag could be in D&D too. I love this.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a copper piece and just chuck it in there with a little bit of force. So I would be able to tell if it rings into the bottom of the bag or does trigger something or whatever. Stick my hand in this bag.
I don't.
Jump.
I don't
That's
think.
what I want to avoid.
I don't think it enters the bag.
Oh, interesting. All right.
Well, maybe it enters, but it pops back out. Is a better way of putting it.
Would I have any knowledge of this bag?
Roll me a history.
I was just about to say, if not, remember that you would both have the knowledge that I have identified.
Right.
No, you've never seen this bag before in your life, Nick.
Makes sense.
Let's see if I've seen it. No, okay. I just wanted to see if it was like Nat 20. Oh no, Theo's seen this bag though.
But no, you probably wouldn't have known what this bag is either, Theo, with a 13.
Okay. Since it bounced back out, I will grab the bag, but I'm not gonna do anything else with it.
Okay.
So.
So you guys, if you're not looking at what's in here, just Theo, if you want to write Captain's Treasure. I don't know where to look for this when you guys do count it.
Captain's Treasure.
Okay. So in 5 more minutes, we come back to a rock and right thing getting out the armor. For you two, the armor, it's chainmail. It's a nice set of chainmail. Let me see if I could actually describe it a bit better than that. It's very light. The armor in your hand, it's very light. It feels like it would be flexible. Like it's meant to be a heavier armor, but it doesn't look like it would be too heavy. If that means.
At the moment, I'm sort of a pack mule, so I'm gonna hand it to White Fang and tell him not to put it on yet. Rather be safe.
I look at it and I'm like, this is druid poison. I'm not putting that on anytime soon.
Like, heard.
So, what is Theo and Neo gonna do once you guys get through the last room?
I will walk back out, and I would like to just look around to see if I see anything. And if I don't, head back down and just check on them.
Neo, you going with him?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
No, Neo doesn't want to stay alone for too long by himself.
yeah. No, I get that. I'm just gonna move this over a little bit so I have clear access to them. You guys are now at the bottom of the stairs there. You probably right about when you guys pull the suit and pack it away.
Be like, all right, Rock, we're gonna get the others, and we're gonna fucking bounce.
So I have a question. How many we had? 3 layers of an hour and a half. So hour and a half. Let me see. I just want to roll something real quick.
We're all gonna die.
I mean
It took too long.
that's always a possibility, Kelly. You know this by now.
We can kill it all. With teamwork.
So I'm gonna roll this. Okay. So you guys are looking at each other.
No look, leave.
Okay.
Leave. Yes.
So you guys pack up everything and you guys get to the top deck.
I'm taking the goat with me.
Okay, let me move you guys all so I can actually grab you. Guys, move to the top deck. And as you guys get up here, you hear... no, you don't even hear. White Fang, you feel your familiar, like, ping you that it sees something flying towards the boat.
Rock, move. Just move.
Just jump off. Okay, so let me put you back up where all your stuff was, Kelly. So you guys got up there. You guys parked a good ways away. Like, you parked a little bit away from the boat, correct? What was it?
Yeah.
Yes, we're just trying to get to some cover.
Well, yeah, I was just making sure how far away.
Well, we're trying to work our way to our stuff, but
Yeah.
also in cover.
Well, no, I understand that. I'm just 60 feet. Okay, that's the answer I was looking for. You guys run the while still remaining in cover and whatnot, and get back to your stuff. And as you do, you guys hear landing on the ship behind you, and you guys turn and see the white dragon land.
Run!
It doesn't seem to notice you, and it's like sniffing around. It moves around the ship, like, and you guys hear like wood like groaning from the weight. And it looks over to the door that was kicked nearly off of its hinges. By the way, I should have read this. So as you guys get off the boat, you guys hear the flapping of titanic rings, followed by the crackling of ice under the weight of something immense. A loud snort accompanied with the sound of claws scraping on ice-glazed timbers as it lands on the boat. As you guys see it, and you guys are slowly trying to get everything in order with the animals and whatnot, who are not really functioning very well, being in the presence of the... In fact, roll me animal handling, the people who are handling the animals.
I'm doing the thing. I can drive animals.
So, Iraq,
Hey,
you...
I'm who
yeah.
matters. I'm not gonna abandon you guys, but I will lead by a
Theo, you're having a hard time getting your dogs to listen to you. The other people are able to like start crying them, but the dogs are like whimpering and not quite willing to pull the sled right yet. as you're working on them, you guys hear an immense voice from the the ship. You hear, "I smell warm flesh and on the ship.
Maybe
Ready your spells, Meltheron. We may have uninvited guests."
Neo wants to kick the goat out into the world. Out.
he's talking about.
Oh, I've already given up the goat.
And in fact, as you guys hear that, you see movement as the dragon snaps up the goat. Because you said you gave it up, so it was back on the ship. Right, Kelly?
Yeah.
Okay. Like
Yeah,
one
no,
down.
telling us down. I'm getting
Wait. The more perceptive of you guys, one would recognize this as the one you guys saw eating reindeer in the distance.
Oh Jesus.
You also see a dark figure on her back in a saddle, seeming to be
Oh no.
laying. It's not laying. It's almost like it's saddled, but it's not like looking around and stuff. And when she climbs aboard, blah blah blah. She makes her way into the horde, and by this time, the dog's no longer seeing her, like get it together and get ready to run for you.
Here's the thing, before we, while
Go
we're
ahead.
sitting there waiting for her to move around the ship and stuff, as soon as she goes under to check out, are you talking about the dragon goes into
Yeah.
the ship? We could leave, but we're gonna leave a trail behind us if we book it right now. We could try to hunker down and maybe like dig ourselves into a more of a snow cave, like make a snow cave, and have it above us, and hopefully the dragon doesn't see us. Find a way, but if we run now, we're going to leave tracks.
Right, give up the animals for us. I'm down. Constructing snow cave.
I don't want to get rid of the animals.
I'm just saying, if the dragon eats the animals, I'd prefer to eat the animals than us.
Didn't you
You're
name yours?
Your dog can fit in a snow cave.
I'm
The laser
just
beam came
saying.
I think it's at this
Dragons
point.
don't rely on specifically sight and hearing. They have excellent
Whoa.
smell and
Here's what I think actually happens. So as you guys are quietly discussing, you hear from the ship, and there's gonna be several things that happen at once. You hear. Make sure not. You hear movement. As the dragon is looking around the ship, like more frantically. You also hear her call out for Meltheron to ready his spells. And they're sniffing around the ship and whatnot. As you guys are like quietly discussing, you guys see a shadow fall over you guys, and you turn to look here, and you guys see. Let me see the name. Creature. Where are you? Dun, dun, dun. Nope, I don't happen to have a thing. It looks to be another one of those rogue beaches that you guys have fought, but this one isn't like immediately attacking you. Like you guys notice it, and it like holds up like a finger to its nose, and it gestures for you to follow it.
What is it?
A rogue beach, the giants that you guys fought.
That we brutally murdered its whole family.
Yeah,
Oh.
this one seems not to be aggressive towards you immediately.
Take him one-on-one, so our best bet's to follow him. So I'm gonna want to follow him. Are we trying?
And as you do, he let me make sure it's a he. Let me double check.
We can ditch the sleds. Paw prints aren't going to be as noticeable as paw prints and whatever the axe beaks make aren't going to be as noticeable as sled tracks. We can ditch the
Let me.
Brush snow over him.
It is a woman one. She's 9 foot tall with thick walrus hide armor. She moves very quickly across the ice up to you. That's why you guys didn't see her. There's a fur-lined hood and frost-covered cloak on her back. It's clear that the left side of her face sags much lower than the right. She rests her great club on one broad shoulder, and she just gestures for you to follow her, and she speaks. She speaks some words. Right Fang, give me an Arcana.
Okay.
You could do this to Theo, or you guys can. If one of you guys have Arcana, you can give advantage to the other.
I do not have Arcana.
I mean, I'll
I'll
give
still attempt
advantage.
it.
Yeah, go ahead, Kelly, if you want to. It's gonna be hard for you to give advantage because I'm just giving them because it's a spell they might be able to get. So if you want to make one of them roll again, you could choose one. I'll give it to you. Arak?
What?
If you want to choose one of them to roll again for advantage, I'll give it to you.
I mean, yeah, that's what I said. But
Well, no, I was letting you choose who to
I mean,
give it.
Joseph.
Okay. Go ahead and roll again, Joseph. Okay, so 16 is the advantage. Both of you, it probably is less clear to Theo, even though he got higher on Arcana, but the higher lets him know what it is. It's Vergby is casting a spell on you guys, and Theo probably saw this from traveling people throughout times, and once again, nature is echoing in your head, Right Fang, as you guys both recognize the spell Pass Without Trace. As it continues to gesture and put a finger to its nose. And starts to move away, leading you.
I'm gonna flip my hood up too, just to give myself the advantage on it. Or not advantage, but my proficiencies.
Yeah.
If knowing that Pass Without a Trace was cast, our inclination of it, we're gonna try to take the creatures or our animal companions with us?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to try, and then if all else fails, then we let them run and fend for themselves. But
I would like to smack mine on the ass hard enough that it would go running away, leaving a trail.
okay, so running in the opposite direction.
So you send yours off in a direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the thing. Would that make a sound? I'm sure it would. It like squawks and runs away off to the side, and you guys hear a quick movement inside the ship. And out the side of it, the opposite side you guys are on, but on the side where the bird is starting to run, you see almost an explosion as the side of the ship bursts open. As the dragon starts running towards it. The figure on the back just raving in the wind.
Gotcha.
You bought some time. So what I would like from people, if you're following the verbiage, is I would like a stealth. This is gonna be a group stealth to all of you guys.
Everyone already rolled, so can I give anyone guidance for it to help them? But
It doesn't matter.
Well,
Lightning
don't.
could use this one time a game.
Yeah, I do allow it to be rolled afterwards.
You know what?
then
Yeah.
At least it's not critically failing.
Okay. So.
Oh, but everything's at a +10 too because of Pass Without a Trace.
Yeah, no, Pass Without his trace has a +10, so it just on average will go up 10.
Yeah.
Arrow 22 then. Stealthiest I'll ever be.
So you guys have an average of 23 stealth. As you guys sneakily, like, it's almost like there's no tracks left behind from you guys moving forward. I think about 3 or 4 seconds into moving forward, you guys hear like a distressed like cry as the dragon catches up with the axe beak. Eats it, saddle and all. As you guys progress away. And with that, you guys don't hear anything following you except for the odd sound at the ship as you guys get away. Let me see. Okay, so so the giant keeps leading you, and it leads you to a cave overlooking the sea. Inside, if you guys choose to follow her, which I guess I should ask beforehand, do you guys continue to follow her once you get away from the dragon?
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys continues, you guys come to her cave. You guys walk up behind her into it, and you guys see no furnishings in this cave, but there are plenty of furs for warmth and enough wood and oil to start a fire. As you guys walk in behind her, you see a tiny figure emerge from a rock. Like, this emerges from the rock. You would recognize it. I believe it's Theo. You got a little statue, right, Theo?
Yeah.
You would recognize it as the statue.
That Oh, okay. So the one that gave me the
Yeah, it's more of those figures. So everybody would recognize it. But
For a second there, I thought you said it burst out of a rock.
yeah, it bursts out of a rock, like from a rock's chest. It goes nah, 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 nah.
Alien and predator.
No, it comes out and it says a greeting of some kind to the big giant ahead of you, and
In what language do we?
it almost like gestures and whatnot. Like, it's not so much a verbal language; it's just like, just in general, just a gesture. She turns to you guys and then comments. She's like, "It's not much, but this is home. You are welcome to rest and recover. The great white beast can take a toll on many."
Thank you. You truly saved us. Thank you.
She nods. It's like, "My name is Tinjong, and I look over keeping track of the going-ons for Sylvanas. To make sure nature stays nature."
You said what? She watches out for who?
She watches out for Sylvanas, the god. Like, just watches out for that person. Not looking for, but because that person wants her to.
Right. Would I know anything about that deity?
I think you rolled before. It's a general, between you and White Fang, you would know it's a general, like, nature. It's a nature god. It's a good being.
Okay. So that's what I was just wondering.
Like, general knowledge.
Deity. Okay. Well, thank you. It is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Theo. These are my adventuring companions. We have White Fang, Theo, and a rock. We thank you.
it was nothing. And she settles down into the biggest pile of fur and stuff, almost like a chair.
Gotcha. All right. I'm gonna look around to see if there's any spot to sit. If there's not, I will plop my butt on the ground.
There's several piles of furs and whatnot.
If any of them are big enough, I'll have the sled dogs come over there with me.
I don't know if they're big enough to hold all of your dogs, but they probably definitely are big enough to just have them up with you.
Yeah. Cool.
And I sit wherever. Slow. I pulled the sword I got off from the captain, and I was admiring it.
You guys see Neo with a new sword. Theo, you obviously saw what it was. And the other two probably would have noticed it, but it was kind of a rush to get out of the ship.
Is there anything? Does it look special or anywhere or anything?
Let me describe what it is before, because I can't give you the picture unless you like spent time or identified or any of that. I know Kelly has identified. By the way, Kelly, I don't know if you had pearls for identify, but you do have 2 now.
I've got some items too he could identify.
Yeah. So you guys have a resting time. What it looks, Nick, is the blade looks almost like a solid piece of either tooth or bone or something along those lines. The handle looks almost like solid chain. And it looks wickedly sharp.
Like splitting hairs?
Yeah, very sharp. Like a sharp, the right sharpness for a greatsword to be at. Because I don't know personally what that sharpness is. Because some things you want sharp, some things you don't. That is the right sharp.
And then I look at Theo and go, next time we're in town, I'm gonna have to get what do you call it? One of those back pieces you were talking about made, where I don't have to Jimmy rig my 2 swords on there.
No, you picked up a second one, Nick.
I meant like get a custom one made so it's what do you call it?
Like a sheath?
Yeah, like a dual sheath type deal made.
Oh, gotcha. As time goes on, and I'm assuming we're gonna spend a little bit more than probably just a long rest here. Is what I do have a couple items, and we do know that a rock has the ability to identify, right?
Affirmative.
Okay. So I do have a couple items that I would ask you while we're sitting here, if you'd be willing to identify them as well.
Yeah, of course.
How many items can you do in one long rest?
I can do 4. Well, at the moment, I can like at the
Is there
moment, I can do
you could do the ritual for that, Kelly, and do unlimited.
Oh, well, yeah, there we go.
Because it just takes time, and during long rest you have like 3 hours that you could do it technically.
Because I still have that L6 statue of a spiny creature who I have yet to figure out what it is.
It looks just like the figure that jumped out of the rock.
Oh, that's what the one you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Now would
know if I
also be the
any
time to go through it.
So
Okay. So, what would you guys like to go over while I'm here? I will explain anything.
actually, I'll ritually cast detect magic. Do I sense any magic from it?
From what, the statue?
Yeah.
Let me go back to what that was. Because I think almost like residue magic is what you would. Was it that one? Yeah. So, what was the name on that?
The L6 statue of a spiny creature.
Okay, so L6, L6, L6. Boom.
Spindly creature.
Spindly. Yeah, that's what it is. Uh, it's it is leftover magic. When you actually look at it, I think your hostess speaks up like, "Poor creature. It's what happens to them when they die. They turn to stone."
Is there a way that we can properly honor this creature?
She shrugs. She's like, "They don't think much on their dead. Once they're gone, they move on to the next place."
Now would also be a good time to start going through the 3 layers of treasure we have.
Yep.
Hmm.
And while they're doing that, while you guys are going through the treasure, I would like to, if once the coast is clear and if we're far enough away, I'm gonna offer to go out and try to find us a good meal to see if there's anything in the area, and come back and use my cooking utensils to try to cook us up a really good meal.
Think Tin Jong like grunts and like acknowledgement and offers to go along with you. I know where some prey might be, and I might be able to help carry it back if we get some.
That would be wonderful. And thank you.
So
I will follow her lead.
and she takes you out, and you guys will go hunting. That just will help with the story of how you can get like walruses and stuff back. That's enough to feed everybody. So I'm assuming you also leave a treasure that you help Neo carry out, just so it
Yeah,
can be
I
identified. Okay, so what are we going? What are we going through first?
Level
We'll
1, I
probably
guess.
go through theirs first.
Okay, so on the first one, Kelly, you find 72 gold, 181 silver, 352 copper, and 2 pearls.
300 and what copper?
52. I put it in chat.
Okay.
If any of this, I know I'm not here, but if any of this is what you guys want to get added into the group fund, I can add that.
Yeah,
before
just-
we get back.
Just put it all. Like,
I'm gonna add it all up first, and then
now remember, you cannot convert it.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm literally writing it down. Now.
Yeah, I figured you. Okay, second one. So you have small object and gem. Blah blah blah. You have 9 tattered pieces of indigo fabric with gold thread, lined with gold thread. 3 pieces of quartz and a single aquamarine cracked down the center, and a shimshaw figure of an archer etched in magical script.
Are you gonna put that one in for me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm just gonna copy and paste this.
Yeah, no, I figured as much. Okay. Are you casting identify on like how are you going about this? Because there's some actual objects in the next one, and there was an object in this one.
I'm sorting.
The objects away from the treasure.
Yeah, first.
Okay.
That's the first step, is I'm sorting objects away from treasure, and then I'll use identify magic to actually get everything.
Okay. So I just put the mundane names of the last 2 items there. Of objects.
Okay.
It says globe. It's more like a spear, but yeah. And then you have your mithril chain from the last one. Your chain mail. Sorry, not
Which currently is being held by White.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
From what Neo and Theo got. Boom. There. And that should be all the treasure you guys got, other than the sword that Neo has on right now. Or has with him right now.
Well, and I walk up to a rock and ask him if he would mind identifying.
Sure, I'm gonna point towards the identify pile.
So, we have great sword, spear, quiver, figurine, and gray cloth bag. I believe that's all you guys have to identify the last 5 items there. So it would take you about an hour to identify them all, Kelly.
There we go.
Okay. So, what would you like to start with, and I'll send information to you.
Is sorry.
Go ahead.
Did White Fang give up the?
Oh yeah, the mythical armor, the armor. So that's also in the pile.
Have it list. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't forgotten.
I was making sure.
Great sword, armor, quiver, and then whatever else is sitting there.
Yeah. So great sword first. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and then bag. It's great sword, armor, quiver, bag.
Okay, so great sword is now in your inventory, that you can look at and say, armor.
Set the bag away from me.
Armor, you said, is second.
I set the bag somewhere where I can watch it, but it's
okay. I think I can. If I hit this, it should force it up on your screen.
And you are casting this ritually, right?
Yes.
Okay, and third is bag. You said.
No. Third is quiver. Fourth is bag.
Okay, so let me go up.
Can I copy and paste this stuff into chat?
You can tell me if you want to share it with them. I just gave it to you first.
Yeah. No.
Okay. I'm just making sure before I. Do you want me to just?
Wait, I got the armor. Why did the armor come up on my screen? Oh, it's because it both got stacked. Yeah, no. I'm gonna share what the armor does.
Okay.
I'm gonna share what the sword does for sure.
Okay, so that should be everybody sees that.
That's a cool looking sword.
That's dope as fuck.
And there's the armor. Third is the quiver, you said?
Yes.
Nice.
I wanted to make sure we at least got that far.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm gonna share that as well.
Okay. I'm just giving them to you first on the off chance.
I realized that I didn't actually verbally confirm that.
This one's sick ass looking quiver.
Okay, what's fourth?
The bag.
Okay. When you look at this, Arak, it is a gray bag.
Okay. And of course, I'm going to share this one too because this is one that we've all been wondering.
And I did disclose that Theo threw a copper piece in it and it popped back out.
I'm not going to share it. I'm just going to
What?
I haven't given up the bag. I just
Explain.
what it does.
Yeah, that's what I. Okay, so what's next on here?
Not saying that I won't give up the bag. I'm
The
just saying that,
spear or the figure is next?
let's do figure then spear.
Okay, so the figure, it doesn't have its own separate item. It's basically it acts as a spell scroll of remove curse, but it's a one-time thing. And the globe.
I'm gonna make a comment about how we have a free remove curse and stick it back into my bag.
next grave robbing adventure.
You should have it up on your screen now, the spear. Rock?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I said that I was gonna share that one.
Okay. I just want... I didn't hear you, yeah. Boom,
Yeah.
boom. And that's the magical goods that you have. I'm also something that I meant to write this in there as well, but I didn't have it. And along with the quiver and the spear, there was a set of. Let me see, because I meant to put this in there. Let me see what it is real quick. There is what looks to be hide armor as well. So that is up to you, Kelly, if you want to do that, because that was meant to be in there too. So
What?
there's a set of hide armor as well that I forgot.
I'll go through that as well.
Okay. I meant to write it in there because this is another one of the things I wanted to add, but
Nah, dude sold it.
and let me know to.
I'm gonna toss this specifically at White Fang.
Okay.
Explain to everybody what it does, but I'm
Okay.
still just gonna toss
So right thing, you get this item, but everybody hears what it does.
That's pretty cool.
Right.
For sure. I mean, only he can use it, and for sure I would want him to get it, even if he couldn't.
Right, that's why I was like druid stuff. Can you wear the other stuff or the other armor?
Oh no, I can't wear chainmail.
No, not you, Corey.
Yeah, I
The,
can. I have proficiency in all the armors.
No, well, I mean that. I don't know if it's gonna be better, but it's something at least to consider.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I've also done all the math. I haven't split it up yet, but I have what everything added up. Are these the two pearls of identify, or are they just?
Those are two pearls that you could identify with. They're not ever used up, but because
Are they just like two pearls of power for identify?
no, they're just two pearls that are worth enough to be used as identify.
Oh, okay.
Not
Sorry.
Identify doesn't consume them.
There's too many pearls in this game.
Yeah, no, that you have the one single pearl power that you have attuned to.
Yeah. I know I said that is still that. I could have used that for another identify, but I didn't need to. We were resting.
Do you want me to start typing any of this up in the into the party gold while you guys can keep doing stuff? I can just start adding this to the party gold.
I mean, here, wait. I got you for sure. I'm gonna send you the or I'm gonna put in chat the list of gold bracelets and stuff that's just worth money.
Okay.
Is that all just going into group fund then? Or just being put aside?
I figure I can just start there, and then we can
Okay.
go through we can actually do the math on the gold once we get that far. Because this way I can shorten on my list.
So you want me to add all the stuff that has yet to be sold but has numerical value into the?
Yes.
Okay.
Please. Thank you.
I know I dumped a lot on you guys, but I figured you guys would not be upset.
I ain't hear anybody say anything about it, but that's a lot of fucking money we just got.
You would think so. But there is some expensive ass stuff. Okay, so here's something I would like people to do. People who have items that they are tuning to. Somewhere on your bio screen, the second screen, I'd like you to write what your attunement slots are. So I always know what you have attuned. Like, I'll explain that here in a little bit because I'm assuming you're going to do it to that sword, Nick.
Yes,
Because
that's what-
attunement is certain items need to be attuned to you in order to be let you use the. Actually, you don't need to with that sword.
Did he find out what the scrimshaw figurine of an archer edge?
Yeah, it's basically a remove curse scroll. When you get back, I'm sure after the hour you come back with food and whatnot, and I'm sure he fills you in then.
It's a
I'm
do-bag.
gonna get rid of the quiver off my thing and the globe. Well, I'm gonna hold on to the globe until we know for sure who's holding on to it. But the rest of the stuff that I'm putting into the group fund, I'm getting rid of out of my like treasure inventory.
Also, some of these for spellcasting, we should keep the higher value gems, pearls and stuff, because we might need them later on for spellcasting.
I would agree with that. I just wanted to. They're not mine to hold on to. You know what I mean?
Oh, you even
Like,
got a black
just sort
pearl.
of thing. That's why I wanted to. You know what I mean? At
Yep.
least put them there. Because that way we can, as a group, figure out what to do with them.
Now, anything 100 and less, I would let you when you get back to town just sell.
Yeah.
Anything much higher, you would probably have to actually look for somebody to sell it to. Because they'd be a lot harder to just off sell.
I got it all typed in, Kelly.
I got one more.
Okay.
How did you get the 9 pieces of tattered fabric?
Yeah, I went down the list from what he threw
Okay.
up.
Alright.
The only thing I didn't add is the 2 pearls because I figured you'd hold on to them since
Yeah.
you used your spellcasting.
Did you already separate the gold, or did we still need to do that?
I haven't done anything with the gold yet, no, because you said you
Okay.
figured what that
Well,
was.
yeah, no, I have the totals. I just need to. How many are we splitting them up between? Or what's
Well,
the?
do you guys want it all to go into the group fund, or do you want everybody to have relatively some of their own currency as well?
We could just give the group fund a share, like just split it up between one more person, and then
So divide
share
it.
goes to the
Yeah,
group.
that's what I was thinking.
So divide it into 6 between you, the 5 PCs, including Gavin,
Right.
and the group fund, or divide it up to 5. And if Gavin needs something, you guys can always pitch in.
I think it should be 6 because
Okay.
if he does show up, he has.
Because I've been doing that with everybody that hasn't been here,
Yeah.
but I just wanted to make sure that's still what's happening.
73 GP apiece. The group fund will get 74.
73, got you.
Remember, guys, if you hit /R 73 plus what you have, you can it will
Group
add it.
fund again. We'll get 117. Once again, with the group fund getting an extra.
Boy, that really worked out with the group fund, just getting the extra, so nobody ever fights over that.
Well, that's you know what I mean.
No,
We
it's
go
it,
with it.
it's nice.
We did used to have a couple animals.
You still have a couple animals.
Yeah, but one less one.
Yeah, but you're just down one. Avak, do you do anything over your bonded axe beak that you sent off? Like, do you?
I thank it for its commitment to the service.
What was its name, by the way?
I never named it.
I thought you did.
Nope.
I thought you did too.
I named mine.
Yep. I never could figure out a name. I said that I was going to give it one time.
Poor nameless. So now that you guys have divvied up the treasure and whatnot, probably really angered the dragon. That's you guys probably eat and whatnot and get about halfway through your long rest. When a figure appears in the door. Now, this figure is big, not the 9 foot that your hostess is. Let me see if I have a picture. I don't think I have a picture. I might. What's the name of that? What's the name that I need for the picture? No, I don't.
Adding up
but-
everything that will eventually be sold is 1400 or 1450 GP. Minus the black pearl. That's not selling the black pearl. Or the 2 pearls with 100 GP each.
That's a lot of money.
And I'm fine with keeping that in the group fund at the moment as well.
Okay.
Okay, so what you guys see in the doorway is what looks to be a bipedal bear, about a little bit bigger than Neo. And let me see if I can find so I can see how this person would talk. Cause I'm so horribly.
As long as they're talking, we aren't resorting in straight aggression.
Let's see. Let me see if let's see if that pops up the name that I need. But I'm trying to see if it actually can talk or not in this form.
Or if we even understand it, if it's talking.
I think it can. Hey, Corey, you would know this, or maybe even Joseph. Can rare creatures speak in hybrid form?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think they can.
I just wanted to double check and
Mike,
yes.
sorry to interrupt you, but ain't that the thing I can turn into?
You can't turn into this. You're not a rare creature.
Oh, well, I meant if I get bit.
I mean, anybody can become a rare creature if they get bit.
I was just
I know what you're saying, Nick, but yeah, the creature speaks in it's a strong tone, but it is very feminine almost, and she says, "10, I see you have visitors." And like gestures to you and hands like, "Yes, dragon came, I saved them."
Are we back from doing the hunt?
Yeah, this is back at her house, about halfway through the long rest. Like after you have started cooking and whatnot, probably dish them out, that kind of thing. You probably got a walrus.
Sweet.
And so basically, to prevent myself from talking back to each other, and you guys can talk all you want to, but they greet each other. This rare bear and Nick, you can roll a history if you want. And this is a solo roll for you because I don't think anybody can really help you know some, because this is about legends of your people. It's escaping you exactly, but you remember legends of if you're not a good child, this creature would come for you, kind of thing. But they seem to be catching up with each other, like speaking some in common, but when they want to actually catch up on certain private things, they switch to giant, which I know most of you guys could speak everything, but
they don't know that.
well, they assume you can.
Well, they assume I can, but they aren't assuming Theo.
Yeah.
I believe a rock.
I don't know if rock has giant. I know they have dragon, draconic, and I don't know what Right Fang has.
Has what?
Language of rise. If you have giant.
Language wise? I don't have giant. I
Okay.
Common, draconic, and infernal.
Okay. But
Draconic and druidic.
yeah,
So if me and Theo want to talk shit, we just talking giant.
exactly.
I'll go giant, primordial, draconic, and sylvan.
But they're basically catching up and seeing what each other have been doing and talking about you guys when they're in giant. Obviously they look over at you, Neo, because they know you can understand. But the rare bear just gives you a look like she expects you not to say anything. Uh, basically talking and they kind of get together and whisper a little bit afterwards, but they're basically just talking in general. At any point, you guys can introduce yourselves or butt in or whatever you would like to do.
Oh, quick question: do I
Yeah.
get my 2 hit points back?
Not yet. You're halfway through your long rest.
I was just asking.
No, I get you.
But Neo walks up and introduces himself to the rare bear and giant.
She turns to you. She's like,
I
hi.
forget what my last name. Oh, Nevermore. Neo Nevermore.
She's like, look at you got yourself a young Goliath. It's good to see another one of my people. And she grabs your arm. Like, you know that arm? Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like, what brings you so far away from our peoples?
Had to come and tie up loose ends on the past, and then we met her. I forget her name already.
Tinjong.
Tinjon, and she saved us from almost certain death.
She nods, looking at you. It's like, yes, Ten saves many of people, and she sends them either back on their journeys back home, or every once in a while she sends them to me to see if they can help me. We were just talking if you guys might be able to help me. Did you mean insight?
No, I was doing that. That was actually for the DC to what level of my cooking would come out.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. It was making, but that one, the DC is 15, so I was able to create a gourmet meal for everybody.
Do you have cooking utensils? Are you proficient with them?
That's a good point. I have cooking utensils, but I am not proficient.
Okay. I was just double checking just in case, because you could have added your proficiency that if you would.
Yeah, that's why I did the core with wisdom.
Yeah.
Because I had
No problem.
proficiency with it. But it does allow that you regain an additional extra hit point if you spend a hit dice to heal, but we're not doing that. But
it's still a good meal.
Yeah.
Walrus soup, maybe. Maybe walrus chops. Either way.
Or steak.
Yeah, that too. But
I wanna message White Fang when that guy talks to us though, and tell him that make it I wanna message him so I pop into his head. I just want him to
yeah,
hear that,
just the barest.
This guy must have a lot of problems.
The barest of whispers, because nobody can. Yeah, you make the whisper as part of the cast, but nobody could ever hear the whisper. A lot of problems. What do you mean by that? Like when she said to Neo about sending people to help her.
Yeah.
She did switch to common at that point to say that because she looked at all of you guys.
I'm about to really surprise him because I'm about to ask her if she what kind of help.
In this region, there's these. Let me see what I have described as these, because I want to describe them right.
Send another message. Are they babies?
So there's these. They used to be nomads in these, but they wielded these evil magic weapons, and suffused with demonic magic. it transformed them into these fiends. They've been causing more and more issues around 10 towns, and I've been trying to find where they're held up and finish them, but they just keep finding more and more. I was hoping to enlist you guys to help me take them out.
I will have to talk to my companions, but I'm sure they'd be agreeing on helping you.
She looks, and as a thank you, I will allow your little Goliath here to see a test to see if he is worthy.
It's going down for real.
What do I need to roll, Mike?
Oh no, that you don't have to roll nothing. She's.
You don't have to roll because you get fucked.
Oh yeah, no, you're dead. No. No. Basically, what she's saying is the test isn't now. If you help her, she'll give you the test.
Oh, I got you. So I'll walk over to everybody and I look at them and go, I don't know why, but I have a strange good feeling about her.
I mean, anybody could roll an insight or anything about her if they want. That's what that good feeling. If you didn't decide you have a good feeling, that's how you actually get feelings on people, Nick.
Like I don't know why, but I trust her. Is that type thing?
With your insight,
I'm
Theo,
not fully paying attention to
yeah.
cooking. I'm just
You
for the
don't
parts I am listening.
you don't hear any like lies or whatnot, and
Do you want me to do the insight thing?
that's up to you. You said you had a good feeling, so you could just say you have a good feeling. Like that is fine.
Yeah, I'm going with that. 'Cause
Yeah, you don't sense any outright lies or anything or maliciousness or whatnot, Theo. A rock, you worked at 8. You think there's more to this job than is let on. But once again, you're not really sensing lies, but you.
Already a rock is like, wait, you want to test us before you test us?
So you, yeah, she looks and is like, no, the test that I speak of is not for you, it's for only my own kind. No disrespect meant.
When she's saying that, I want to do the thing that I can do.
Go ahead. A long list of
Yeah,
everything.
when she's talking about
The test.
what the test is. Yeah, the test is for us.
I'm gonna whisper this to you because I want to keep it a secret if people don't know.
damn, it got real quiet.
Sorry, I had to type, and I am horrible at talking and typing. Yeah, you pass out the food to everybody, Theo, and she takes a bowl. She takes a plate of food, whatever you make, and digs in and compliments you on your cooking.
I would like to turn, and as I go to walk away, I'm going to pat Neo on the back and tell him that I think it's a great idea and he should. I don't know if that helps, but
It probably would lower. Well,
that's
maybe.
what I'm saying is
But yeah. Again,
It's a great idea.
before you well, it's done long rest, so it doesn't matter. But you also get the sense, Iraq, that the test would not be now. It would be after the job's done.
Oh, okay.
So as this conversation
I'm
is
still gonna tell him I think it's a great idea.
yeah, as the conversation is continuing and whatnot, White Fang, as you're sitting over here in quiet contemplation, what's causing this worried look?
Just everything we've been through, the events that's currently going on. With Neo going back to where he,
Was from
happened.
yeah.
And I'm wondering, I'm thinking about when I died. About maybe resolving that at some point.
Yeah, it seems like a time for resolutions. Do you remember which town you were in 10 Towns when that happened? Or maybe you...
Yeah, I don't remember. Was resurrected in a different place where I died.
Probably threw your body out in the wilderness and left you at that. What does... go ahead.
Thinking about my old master, and he doesn't know I'm alive.
What does...
I'm scared to tell him.
Yeah. No, that's understandable. Especially now that the old styles have left you. Or at least have been buried. What would White Fang do if they got a hold of whatever...
Huh?
What would White Fang do if they got a hold of the person who killed him?
He doesn't know yet. That's what he's worried about.
Interesting.
He doesn't know what he'd do.
Very, very interesting.
I know what Neo would do.
Yeah, but this isn't your...
I know.
We got to see you with... And what happened to the everything that doesn't belong here must die, Neo?
Well, there is a certain percent of you're going to get fucked.
I expected that. Don't worry.
Plus, I had a feeling everybody else would either leave me or drag me away.
I 100% expected that.
After I walk away from Neo, I'm gonna go over and sit next to White Fang. And be like, "So you got bear problems?" Fully expecting him to hit me afterwards.
Iraq takes full HP hit points. Needs a death save.
You just see me going flying past in the
Whee!
background of mixed conversation.
But White Fang, what do you say to that? To Iraq coming up to you and saying you have bear problems?
I was asking if he had bear problems.
If he has bear problems. What do you say to that, Joseph? Hello, Joseph?
Sorry, my mic was up. I'd be like, are you asking if the bear is a problem or the bear is a solution to the problem? I'm 100% zoned, Rock. What's going on? Why is there a bear here? God bless America. Oh, I thought my Discord fucked up on me.
No, you're good now. Iraq, do you fill him in why there's a bear here?
Oh, yeah. No. I look at him and I go, "You're the bear."
Oh.
Oh, yeah, no, in that bear. And I explained to him what that bear is.
Okay, so we have a thing to do. I guess we do owe them a favor.
Right. I mean, it's gonna be funny. I'm gonna like lean over to him and be like, well, they're gonna end up fighting, so it might be a little bit funny.
Oh,
I think you can take her. You won't kill him.
okay. I mean, bears are strong.
I mean, is Theo still sitting with us?
Theo, what is Theo doing at the moment?
Most of the time I would have been cooking, just walking around, so if they didn't call me to sit next to him, I would have just been...
No. Well, that's
eating.
why I was like, if you were cooking on the fire and walking around us, I would have been including you in the conversation.
Oh, gotcha.
Like, even if you would have walked back to get food and come back, you've been in that situation, you understand. Like, we talked to you while you were standing here.
Okay.
So you would also hear, like, when I said that she was gonna fight him after we do this, but that she wasn't gonna kill him, so it's not that big of a deal, even if he doesn't win.
Well, hopefully he can win.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
On the watch.
Mm-hmm.
You guys taking bets?
I mean,
I got 10-1 odds on the young newcomer.
I'm gonna
I
pass.
feel like Neo's got this.
Okay.
I have my faith in you as well.
So,
How
yeah,
the-
off to the side, like you guys wouldn't hear this, but so I think the night quietly passes, and because you guys survived an encounter with an ancient white dragon and retrieved some magical loot and whatnot, the game lets me grant you guys a level up. I know it says every couple sessions or every major event, like surviving a dragon up to a certain level.
Robbing a dragon, not even.
Yeah, no, you got all of the treasure from it too.
all but little.
So you guys are welcome to a level.
And
All but a
also,
one.
Neo got a huge story arc too.
Yeah, no. I'm so happy with that I got. What did you think of that, Nick?
Yeah, it was what do you call it? Heartstring tugger on my side here too.
That's always the best. Ask Joseph. Joseph got me with a couple of those too.
Oh yeah, I do my best.
As do I. What and makes you sad when Neo eventually dies?
Then
The person who killed him will be eaten.
then someone else becomes an ancestral guardian, and then they get to see.
But yeah, everybody can level up. Like if I am needed, I can help out.
I still don't know how.
Yes, you, Nick. I am going to level you up and offer like things. That there you go with armor though, Joseph. Figured
Huh?
that armor would be nice for you. I figured.
Yeah, I already updated the AC on them.
I'll input your sword or whatnot, Nick. But
Yeah.
like when I. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna level you up, Nick, and I'm gonna ask you questions with the level up.
Oh shit, my sheet got all fucking crazy.
Okay, ooh, Nick, this is the big level for you. Level 5 is such a big level. Would you like to roll or take average? You can either take 7 or try to roll for above 7.
For my
Health.
health.
Yeah.
What
I chose to roll.
Oh.
You got a 10. And yes, Kelly, you can take average.
Why do I always roll such terrible for health?
Because you have a D6 and there's no good numbers for a D6.
I should always just take the average. I don't know why I brought it.
for especially D6s, like there's no reason not to. Like, but for you, Nick, you can now attack twice a turn instead of once, and your
Yeah, I read
speed
that.
increases by 10 feet. So you now have 40 foot of movement instead of 10.
And if I crit with that sword, I can do what do you call it? Additional slashing damage.
Yeah.
I read
So
that.
I'll put that in. Where did I put that sword up here?
Yeah, it can really fuck someone up if I get good rolls.
Yeah, but Nick,
Necromancer's being dumb for me.
it is.
Yeah. I can't get it to work.
Let me head down to you. Boom. So launch level plus character mancer. Okay, it's open for me. Would you like me to do it and just ask you questions?
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. So, would you like to roll or take average?
I'll roll.
5 and 8. So you get an 8.
Oh, cool. 8. Nice.
Level up spells. You, I believe you get level, and I'll let you go through your spells yourself. I believe you get level 3 spells now.
Okay.
I believe level 5 is when you get third level spell slots. It is. You have third level spell slots. It's still your level plus wisdom, I believe, for how many you can prepare.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 5 plus 3, 5 plus 5. So you can have 10 spells prepared between all 3 levels.
Okay.
I'll leave that to you to figure out and whatnot. For you, Nick, let me update yours with this sword. Boom. It's this one.
Do I get any more strength, or does it automatically do that?
You don't on this level. You could have gotten it on the other level if you didn't take a feat.
Oh. I was just curious. But Neo's slowly and slowly becoming more and more of a, I can take a lot of shit.
There's so many good spells.
I know, right?
It's
Pretty soon I'm gonna be able to walk up and just headbutt dragons.
That's the goal.
every barbarian. Just in general.
Just walk up and grab.
So if I
dragon.
did the math right, Nick, I believe your weapons are now correct. Believe if I roll this, of course I'm not gonna get a crit when I want to.
Oh, you want me to roll a couple times and see?
I got this. Another 23. Come on, crit thing, and ding. You know what? Never mind. Hold on, Nick. I'm going to do the smart thing. Sub spamming chat. I'm going to crit range. There.
Damn it.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow,
It
so
works.
bad.
It works. Because it still maxes the initial, but the extra 2d6 won't be maxed. That's what I wanted. That 18, Nick, is the minimum damage you can roll now when you great weapon fight.
That is dope.
Yes. Okay, what else is needed? So that is that for you, Neo.
Let us fight some goblins now.
Nah. Okay, I can get rid of some of this. Wow, that quiver is also not attunement. That's nice.
What isn't?
That quiver of Alona.
Cool. Yeah, my attunement slots are full.
Let's see. What do I have for you then?
I've been debating create bonfire. There's so many
Right?
like I just read them and scroll back up and read them.
Here's the
Oh,
fun
that's
part
cool.
about
And
all.
this is cool. That's dope. I should do this.
Yeah, no, see, you guys can never be broken because much like Pathfinder, there's so many options. You have no idea what's good and what's not. And I put you on the spot so that you'll never be prepared.
I took the second level as a cleric.
Okay. I was wondering about that. Do you want me to copy anything in your sheet?
No, I'm okay. I just
Okay.
need to pull over the the core channel divinity from
Okay.
cleric.
I was just curious.
Well, thank you. I need to go through the spells and stuff like that, though. Not that I take any ranger, I don't increase my ranger spells, but now I can do more cleric spells.
Yeah. Which is always interesting. Level 2 cleric, you get more. Not much more. You get more prepared spells for cleric, but yeah.
Just want you to pull in channel divinity.
What about you, Kelly? Any fun stuff on your side?
I mean, can't go wrong with Fireball.
I mean, that is a nice third level, but there's so many options for rock. It's crazy with that new.
Oh, that's. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was muted. Will you pull up animated scroll into the chat for me so people can read what it does?
Let me see if I can.
Because I'm not done with my thing yet.
I could always read it for people too. Animated scroll. It's a druid, sorcerer, or wizard spell. Its concentration up to 24 hours, and you get a new cantrip this level?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. The paper or parchment must be folded in the shape of an animal before casting the spell. If then becomes an animated paper animal of the kind the folded paper most closely resembles. The creature uses the stat block of any beast of the challenge rating of 0. It is made of paper, not flesh and bone, but it can do anything the real creature can do. A paper owl can fly with its talons. A paper frog can swim without disintegrating in water, and so forth. It follows your command to the best of its ability, including carrying messages to recipients whose location you know. The duration increases 24 hours at 5th level, so 48. Then again at 11th, and then again at 17th. So it's a very interesting, not going to break the game cantrip from like messages and whatnot.
Sweet.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
And I like that it's not stuck at just sorcerers or wizards. Like druids also get that, which is very cool.
So I might need your help, Mike.
What?
It's not letting me pull over. I just want to pull over the channel divinity from the.
Do you have something popped off? Popped out?
I don't think so.
Still, you might just want to try to close your character sheet and reopen it, because sometimes that happens to me too.
Okay, I'll just refresh the page.
It has Channel Divinity Twilight Sanctuary over.
Yeah, I just need to get Turn on Dead
Okay.
added into it. And same thing with, if you're okay with it, the Harness Divine Power.
I'm just gonna copy Turn on Dead in there myself. It seems to want.
Okay. Not wanting to pull it over.
Yeah.
Either.
you found something fun?
I did. I found something for my buddy. You want to spew dragon's breath? I got your back, homie.
He was able to pull on the harness divine power, though.
The harness divine power. You pulled that over. You said.
I pulled over, and it said it added to it. Accepting compendium.
Doesn't seem to show it though.
Weird.
That's an easy fix though. What was it though, Kelly? You were just saying.
I don't remember. Oh,
Yeah, it's White Fang if you wanted to spew dragon's breath.
yeah, I got that for White Fang.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, well, I cast it on myself, but
He just spews fire all across the room. Oh god.
I have to do that to get it to come up to do it to somebody else.
So I have the ability to cast second level spells, but I don't have second level spells right now.
That's just upcasting then.
I
Yeah.
was just about to say, I can also create scrolls of stuff that I know if we chill places.
Nice.
You have the Arcana skill, right?
I do.
Okay. I that's the one I always now. This is to come up with something. Another homebrew rule that has not had to come up yet. Technically, rules is written. You cannot use a spell scroll if you don't have that spell in your list. I use a rule that another DM of mine uses, which if you can cast magic, you can use a spell scroll. Like if you have innate magic or you're a spellcaster in general. So the only one in this group that can't do it right now would be Forgotten Name and Neo.
I've also seen ones where people will roll for people who don't to see what happens.
I might consider that, but at
blow up in your hand thing.
yeah, at the moment I just like the idea of only
yeah, no.
spell.
I was just,
As you guys know the arcane language, and Neo and Forgotten would not. So I just wanted to, since Kelly brought up the spell scrolls, I wanted to state that now. And I'm adding
I
the.
picked my spells.
Oh, cool. Any fun ones?
I picked Creeping Ice, a level 2 spell. It holds enemies in place and deals cold damage. I picked Freezing Fog, which is a 20-foot icy cloud burst that causes exhaustion. And Thunderous Wave, another burst that sends enemies flying 30 feet, and if they hit things, they take massive damage.
Nice, that's pretty cool.
I really do like both of those. All of them.
Yeah.
Okay, I have updated my homebrew rules with that fifth one now. Okay. I believe that's everything. So-
Yeah, the next restriction on my wild shapes isn't to level 6, is it?
Yeah, because it's a third. So at level 6, you get CR2s.
I meant flying or swimming.
I believe it's swimming at level 6 and flying at level 8.
Okay. Yeah, because after next level, I'm gonna multi-class back into monk.
Okay, cool. So I think that finishes your long rest. You guys feel invigorated. You feel healthy. Everybody has all of their health back. Now that you were asking Nick. Also, here's a picture of what a Goliath rarebear looks like for everybody.
Looking.
Oh.
It's
You
dope.
know,
So
we calling it here or?
I can go another 10 or so minutes, but this would be a decent spot to end. It's up to you guys.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
But then I'm going to end my stream here. I hope everybody who watched or listened have enjoyed. Hope my players have enjoyed. No, it's not quite 3 hours, but all in all, hope everybody has had a fun time. And I hope everybody comes and sees us next week when we come back on Sunday again. All things hopefully going exactly how they should. See you next time.